Today, I want to talk about how we evaluate how our SEO is doing. And so, the best place to find this data historically with a free tool has been Google Search Console. I often say Google Analytics will show you what people are doing on your site, how they got there, etc. Google Search Console will actually give you SEO data. So, once you get this set up, you can go into search results, and then we can see clicks, impressions, average click-through rate, average position, and below I can see the top queries, and then the clicks, impressions, click-through rate, and position. Pretty slick, right? And we can say, show me more. I want to see the top 100. And maybe I just want to see by impression, or we're getting impressions, but we could work on our clicks, right? And then what's really cool is we can filter in here and say, let's say I'm working on some of my senior living marketing, right? Maybe I'll look at my senior living queries, senior living marketing agency like this or something like that. And I can say, how are we doing on this? And I can click this query, and it's sort of subtle at first, but up here I see that I am now filtered by the senior living query last 3 months, and I can jump over the pages and see our senior living marketing page is there, and we're climbing in the ranks basically, right? And I can even see it over time here, which is kind of cool. So if I just want to see my position, all right, well, we've been hanging out on page 2 and 3 and that we need to work on maybe building some links or optimizing that page further so we can get to page 1. So that's kind of the idea behind that, right? Now, this whole thing about hopping back and forth, once you understand it, it's pretty useful because now you can go, instead of going by queries down here, we can also look at our pages, right? And so we can see some of our top pages by clicks, impressions, and so on, right? And once again, maybe I want to see how some of those top pages are doing. And I want to focus on maybe some of our senior living pages, just as an example. So I've got a case study page, we've got the service page, we've got some ideas pages. We've got different pages, right? And maybe on this case studies page, I want to do the same thing in reverse as I did before. So I'm clicking this page, and up in the right, I see I'm filtered by it. So it's just that page in the last 3 months, and now I'm jumped back to queries. What are we showing up for or not, right? And maybe I want to see impressions. What's the opportunity here, right? So it looks like there's thousands of impressions every 3 months. For the most recent 3 months, we're way back there. So we got to work on our SEO to rank higher nationally for that phrase, but we can at least see some of this in here, right? We can see what some of the clicks were coming from for this page, etc. So this is good. This is great. You can do a lot of great analysis in here. And one thing I've seen that can make this even a step better, in my opinion, is take it into Google Looker Studio. So Google Looker Studio is another free tool from Google, and you can connect Google Analytics and Google Search Console and Google Ads and pull data in here. So I've created a dashboard based on this same information, right? And I can see now the queries and the landing page side by side instead of having to click back and forth. And once again, I can see impressions, clicks, click-through rate, average position, and just kind of see, even with a little heat map in there, or give me some sense of, it's darker green if we're higher up and we're ranking on page 1, and I see yellow if we're on page 2, like that, right? So now if I want to see, let's just go query contains senior living. I've got a control up here, it's called, and I can see my queries. And I can also see what we see in SEO. Sometimes we call it keyword cannibalization, right? And so in this case, if I see the same phrase, senior living marketing, we've got a case study page that's ranking up, it's back a number of pages, but it does get impressions, right? And then senior living marketing, well, what about this category page is showing up there too? So I don't want to compete with myself. I want to really be clear what page is targeting what phrase, and this gives me a chance to do that. Likewise, we can do it in the other direction. So we can say if the landing page contains senior living, then I can look at my landing pages in reverse, basically. Here's my landing pages here, and then here's the queries we rank for in here, and go through and do some analysis this way. And my favorite part of all is if we hover up here, I can do more sometimes, and then export and get this into a spreadsheet and then do analysis that way. So this is the only way I've seen using free tools where I can see this Google Search Console data right next to each other, and I don't have to be hopping back and forth between queries and pages. So I will leave a link to this Google Looker Studio. This is it's a template basically, and you can actually duplicate this. You can make a copy, and then you can update the data sources. So there's resources up here, manage added data sources. So we've got obviously our Google Analytics, Google Ads, Google Search Console in there, but you can update these to yours and it will pull in your data and you'll be able to look at this and do analysis with your site. Hope this is helpful. Let me know what questions you have.